let's look at how we can stop execution of the sub macro, the macro function, or an entire macro under a certain condition. Let's go over some examples. I'm going to assign values to the variable 1 and variable 2, and I'm going to create a sub macro. Let's leave this name and these arguments as well. And now let's write, for example, if condition, if argument 1 is greater than argument 2, then let this submacro stop running. For that, we should use this exit sub statement. So, if this condition is met, exit sub statement will be executed. Otherwise, some operators will run one after another. Now let's call our sub macro in some expression. For example, let's call my sub, pass as an argument a variable 1 and variable 2, and then let's execute some operations. Now if we run, we'll see that it will skip the exit sub statement because in this case 100 is not greater than 200, and keep running, and then it will go back up here and keep running as well. But if a variable 1 is greater than a variable 2, it will stop running and go back up here, because of this condition which stops this submacro from running is met. So these operators won't be executed. We can see the same in case of the function. For example, I'm gonna create a function. Let's leave this name and these parameters as well, and let's use the same if condition. If A is greater than B, then let's this function stop running. So we should use exit function statement for that. And if we use this function and some expression and pass variable 1, comma, variable 2, and call it in this way, we'll see the same as it was in case of the sub macro. Let's run. And as we can see here, this condition is met. A is greater than B. So it will skip this exit function statement and go back up here and keep running. So these two arguments won't be added up, but if we change this value, then the sub macro as well as function will be executed, and this macro will keep running in this way. And in addition, you may need to stop execution of the macro command either in the sub macro or in the function or in the basic macro operators. There's a hold statement here for that. So I'm gonna use, for example, if condition, if variable 1 is greater than variable 2, then let's stop execution of the entire macro. So let's double click on the hold statement and let's see how this macro will work. As we can see here, this condition isn't met. Variable 1 is not greater than variable 2, so it will skip the hold statement, and all these parts, the sub-macro as well as the function and the basic macro operators, as executed. But if we change this value, so now this condition is met and run, we'll see that it will hit hold statement and stop running.